I tell you that works. Now, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, friends, mentors, teachers, I know what it's like to live like it's the last day of my life. Today, I will be speaking to many people like it's the last time I'm ever having the chance to speak to them. Have you ever experienced that? Brian, it's been great knowing you. You're a great guy. You know, God bless you. Best of luck.
Thank you.
And this is it. That's the last time I get to see Brian. That was it. The last chance. Do you think that you would treat people differently if it was the last time you get to see them?
Yes.
Do you think that you'd pay attention to the current moment? To the non-duality? To the connectedness? Do you think that you would sit down at your desk and do your tasks with a little more focus? A little less fear? Kyle would. I know he would. A little less fear. So today I want to talk about the attitude of first day and last day. It's the first day of your life today. And it's the last day of your life today. And if you live like that, all your dreams will come true. So I have a little story I borrowed from a gentleman named Brian Clemmer. He's a public speaker and he's a trainer. It goes like this. Once upon a time in a village there was an engineer. And every day the engineer went to work and he engineered. And he didn't know why he engineered, but every day he would engineer, and his father was an engineer and his grandfather was an engineer. And that's what he did. But he would see a stream of people constantly walking past up a hill with a smile on their face. And one day he asked, "Folks, what are you guys doing? Where are you going?" One guy said with a big grin on his face, "I'm going up the mountain. Up the mountain where all your dreams will come true. Everything there is what you need. You have everything you need there. It's a beautiful, wonderful place." "Well, I'd like to go up the mountain. That sounds like a cool place to go. How do I get there?" "Well, you take this path." Okay. So the engineer starts walking up the path, and this is good because it's cold in here, right? He's hiking up the path. It's a steep mountain. It's a big climb, but he's so excited to get to the top and to experience that. So he's hiking up, and at first he's doing great, making good time, and pretty soon he's struggling, just struggling. It's steep, it's hard going, he's just crawling along. Pretty soon he's on his knees, just crawling along, on his belly, just reaching at stones. And along the path comes a magic squirrel with a pink hat, velvet slippers, and is playing a harp. And it says, "Engineer, what are you doing?" He says, "Well, I'm making my way up to the top of that mountain." "It sure doesn't look like you're making your way up to the top of that mountain. You're crawling along, you're struggling." "So I'm gonna make it up. That's my intention. I'm gonna make it up there." "Well, if you really want to make it up to the top of the mountain, why are you carrying that enormous bag of manure on your back?" The engineer says, "What bag of manure are you referring to? I just left and I'm walking up. I don't know what you're talking about." The magic squirrel says, "The 50-pound bag of manure on your back. Turn around and look." The engineer turns around and looks and he sees it. "I do have a 50-pound bag of manure on my back." And the squirrel says, "Those are your regrets. Gathered your whole life and you still carry them with you." The engineer said, "You're absolutely right. I do have all this stuff back here. Oh, there's one from when I was 5 and 16 and 18 and 24 and 30 and 32. They're all right there. I've been carrying them." And the squirrel said, "Well, would you like to drop that bag so you could continue up the mountain?" "Yes, I would like to. Yeah, I would. But, look at this one here. This is interesting. This is a good one. This one in the bag, check this one out." The squirrel said, "Well, when would you like to drop the bag?" "This is a good one right now." And the squirrel said, "How about now?" "Now is the time to drop the bag." The engineer said, "Okay." And he realized the bag was gone. And he felt much lighter. and he felt invigorated. And he rushed up the mountain, running, jogging. He was making great time. He realized how much faster he could go once he dropped that bag. He comes around a turn and he notices more about the path. He hears a stream off in the distance. He's able to look off down the valley and appreciate the view. And he comes around a bend and it becomes steep again, and soon he's struggling. He's getting worn out. He's tired. Eventually again, he's crawling on his hands and knees. He's on his belly, just crawling up the trail. And the magical squirrel pops up again. What are you doing, man? Well, I'm making my way to the top. It sure doesn't look like you're making your way to the top. You're on hands and knees. You're struggling. If you really wanted to make your way to the top, why don't you get rid of that 20-pound pumpkin on your head? I don't have a 20-pound pumpkin on my head. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, you do. You have a 20-pound pumpkin right on your head. And the engineer looks up and poof, he sees it. There's a 20-pound pumpkin on his head. The squirrel says, those are your fears. They're weighing you down. Why don't you let go of them? And the engineer says, you're absolutely right again. Look, there they are. Oh, there's this fear, and there's that fear. Oh, and there's that one. I've had that one for a while. That's right. They're all up there. Well, when would you like to drop the pumpkin? Now. Now's the time to drop the pumpkin. The engineer drops it. Poof. He's at the top of the mountain. And all his dreams have come true. Thanks to the magic squirrel. And he sang a song on his magical harp. And it goes like this. I'm not going to sing. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, I have one last chance to get one message to you. And I chose this because I've been experiencing this, living the last day of your life. And it's absolutely wonderful and beautiful. And I feel like I've connected to friends in a different way that you don't get just on an everyday basis. People say stuff to you that they wouldn't normally say. And you say things to other people. And you're able to just be yourself and communicate. And it's a wonderful feeling. So I have one last favor to ask of my friends here. One favor, a call to action. And that is that you do something today, because today is the last day of your life. I know all of us in this room have things they want to do. They want to make their mark. We want to leave an impression. We want to let people know how connected we are to them. Maybe you want to call your dad and say, I love you. Maybe there's some unfinished business somewhere. Maybe you want to start working towards your dream, building a business, writing a book. What is it that you want to do? I want you to do one thing today. Today. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be just deciding to do it. Okay? And I want you to follow up with me. I want you to write your email on that evaluation form and hand it to me, and I'm going to email everybody. And I'm going to ask you, did you accomplish your mission? Did you do that for me? Thanks for doing that. Finally, it has been a great privilege and an honor to be part of this group, and I just want to say thanks again. I have many friends here, truly, and I hope I stay in contact. And like Mark said, bring us up there. And Brian said it too, Mahesh said it. I plan to do that. Mr. Toastmaster.